Hey guys, I'm pretty fired up today to have Doug Straus with us. Doug is in North Dakota. I mean, like, it doesn't get any colder, I don't think, anywhere on earth. He was just telling me that the snow is over his mailbox. I said, man, you need to bring your hiney into Nashville is what you
No joke. No joke.
Hey, Doug, thanks for being on with us, man. Tell the guys a little bit more about you, both personally and professionally.
Sounds good. All right. I'm a mechanical engineer by profession, but day in and day out, I'm a salesman. So I work with temperature controls and building automation equipment and customers that need to have their equipment, HVAC equipment in their building run a little bit better, a little bit different. And so I put together maintenance agreements to support them, as well as, oh, this part of the project wasn't implemented. Do you want me to help you that after the fact? Or you did an addition, let me help you with that. Personally, my wife and I, we've been married for 27 years, and we have 7 children. And 6 of those are boys and 1 girl. And so in order,
where does the girl fall in all?
She's number 5.
Okay. All right. I thought you were trying till you got a girl, but you just couldn't help yourself and had to have 2 more. So
it's cold winters up here, buddy.
I'm telling you, you're snuggling up. You're not spending all your time at work, it sounds like.
Yeah. And my daughter, I'll just kind of go down the line. My oldest son, he's married. He has 2 boys of his own. So that's why I've got all these gray hairs.
Grandpa. That's good.
Over. Yep. Then I have twin boys that are in engineering at North Dakota State University. Go Bison.
There you
go. One's a mechanical engineer like myself. The other is a manufacturing engineer. They're expecting to graduate this time next year, next December. Then my next son, Jeffrey, he is a utility lineman currently working for a contractor as he's interviewing with utility companies. Then my only girl, Jeffrey got married in December, so he's out of the house as well. And my only girl, Jennifer, she's 20, just a go-getter. She said, I want to own my own house by the time I'm 20. So she's a paramedic, and she put money down on a house and moved in October.
Very cool.
So she missed it by before she was 20, but she is 20 and she owns her house, and she's got renters so that they're paying for the mortgage, and she's just throwing extra money at the principal.
Wow. Smart kids.
Yeah. The last 2 of the Mohicans, you might say, Daniel is a junior in high school, and Jason is a 7th grader. And up until 2 years ago, my wife homeschooled them all. And so people would ask me, does your wife work? And I said, yeah, a lot harder than I do.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, for sure. My wife realized, she found out on Valentine's Day 2 years ago that she had breast cancer. So she said, hey, you know, I don't feel like I was a very good teacher in the first place, never liked it in the first place. So you're going to have to find somebody else to do this schooling work, because I'm not going to have the energy to do it. So we put them in the first 5 graduated from homeschooling. Cool. The last 2 went into a Christian school here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. And excuse me. So they've been there for the last 1.5 years, and they're loving it, and they're doing well. And my wife is cancer-free. So
good. Praise the Lord.
God's good.
Awesome.
Always been good.
Well, hey, let me ask you a question. I'm going to deviate from some of my normal questions here because you've struck a chord. A lot of guys in ISI homeschool. A lot of guys in ISI are thinking about homeschooling. Give us just a minute overview of pros and cons.
Sure. The pros that I really, really enjoyed is the flexibility, especially with my position. I'm a 100% commission salesperson. So whether I take a week off or 2 weeks off or whatever, I could pack up the family and we could drive down to Phoenix and see my parents for 2 weeks, and I just open up my laptop there. It really, really was beneficial. Have so many experiences and stories about being able to do that with the family. Another pro is if the person that's doing most of the teaching is really structured and organized, it can really add a lot of flexibility to what you want your kids to learn. And you can shelter them from some of the yuck that might happen in a public school or even in a Christian school. Some of the negatives, you have to actively go out and try to participate in sports, in extracurricular activities. And so even though that we did a lot within our church, there wasn't a lot of outside contact with people outside the church, you might say. And so pros and cons there too as well. But if I could go back and do it over again, I couldn't afford to do it any differently than I did initially. Now that I am where I am now, although I really have to bite the bullet when I have to pay for private education for the kids, because it's about the same as sending a kid to college. I'm thankful that they're there and they're having a great time.
Well, listen, thanks for answering that. There's challenges that we all experience personally and professionally. What is the number one hurdle, either place, personally or professionally, that you're confronted with right now? What's your biggest stumbling block?
I think my biggest challenge that I've got is this self-limiting mindset. I was just talking to the guys a little bit earlier today while we were doing our meetup online Zoom call. The challenge that I have is I feel like I'm fairly successful in what I do, but I would love to branch out and do something else. I don't feel like I have always the entrepreneurial mindset, you might say, that I can take this rock and chisel something out of it. I'm typically a guy that, if given a vision, I can come along with you on that. I'll buy into that hook, line, and sinker, and then I'm a good supporter and I'm a good driver that way. But I'm not somebody that typically can carve it out of a rock. And so sometimes I feel like that limiting mindset prevents me from just latching onto the new thing, which can be good and bad. I haven't started multiple businesses, and then I question, would I be good at starting multiple businesses? I don't know. I enjoy what I do, but I think that self-limiting mindset that, you know what, I could go and start this over, and move down to Nashville and I could do my job there. And then I wonder, but are there anybody hiring? And so it's just the wind goes out of the sails.
Yeah, sure. So is it the golden handcuffs? Is it like, if you knew you couldn't fail financially, is it that, or is it like, I don't know if I've got what it takes? What is the limiting belief?
Most of the days it's the golden handcuffs.
Okay.
Because
it's hard to give that good engineering job up.
Yeah. And because it's in sales, well, you kind of know how it goes as well. It takes a while to get the pipeline full so that you can coast a little ways while you're working on the next project. And those early years are kind of the lean years, and you're going at it full tilt. And so yet at the same time, then I think back, okay, could I just start over?
Yeah.
I'm willing to. And so my attitude is, all right, God, whatever you want, buddy. If you want to take me this direction, hey, provide me the opportunity.
You'll do it.
Just give me the little spurring on from the behind.
Well, hey, I'm going to give you permission not to be humble for a moment. And we all have Achilles heel. We all have the kryptonite. We all have the blind spots. But the superpowers we don't like to talk about. So don't be humble. What are your superpowers?
The guys helped me with this a little bit when we were down in Nashville. And I feel like I'm a good friend. I feel like I'll support you when you're up, and I'll be there for you when you're down. I might, on the selfish side, I might not be right there, but I'll be there to support you. And I'll give you that motivation. I like to teach. So I feel like I'm a good teacher. I also feel like I understand and I can be an encourager. And having the number of children that I do, man, I just love kids. Just love kids. And it pains me to see when a parent is struggling with their kids. I'm not saying that I got it on straight, yet at the same time, by God's grace, the kids have done well.
That's
and
awesome.
I can see where I've made mistakes, and I can see that, parent, if you could do it this way, let me give you a couple of pieces of encouragement here or there, or whatever. So
I'm going to give you a little word of advice, and the other guys are as well. And that's why we asked this question. So be sure and post down below. I really feel that you are a good teacher. Just in this 10-minute interview, I can feel your presence. I can feel that you're paying attention, that you're listening, you're easy to talk to. You make me feel warm and invited. You make me feel those things. There's probably
all the guys.
I don't think you go back and watch them. I hadn't said it to a soul. Not that they haven't made me feel that way, but because we're talking about this, there's a lot of money made in information, in teaching, in educating, creating courses. Maybe you are that entrepreneur, but it's not the one-on-one. Maybe it's in creating courses or a process or a system. Teaching, there's tons of money made in teaching. So maybe that is something that you can consider being an entrepreneur. Last question. You kind of answered it a little bit, but maybe you can expound on it a little further. Why would I want you as my friend? What do you bring to the table?
I think some of the things that I did answer, when you're having a good day and you just hit the jackpot on a business venture or whatever, I'm just straight out happy for you. That, hey, good on you. And then when things are south, whether it's the wife, whether it's the kids, whether it's the job, whether your dog got hit by a car, whatever, I'm sad with you.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that in you. That's not a trait everyone has, because a lot of times there's envy and jealousy and things that set in. And I can see that you genuinely are excited for people or show a great amount of empathy. Doug, how can people reach out to you? What's the best way for the guys in ISI to reach you if they want to connect with you later?
Sure. Probably my cell phone is going to be the easiest way. Send me a text, and because it's the one that pops up right away, and it's somewhat at times too that I have to sit down and actually get some work done, because you get that little dopamine rush. Sure. Oh, somebody cares, Yeah, and right. So you're taking care of texting and things like that.
And so they don't have to look it up. Give them the number.
701-261-2625. 701-261-2625. My personal email address, I'll give you both, okay, work and personal. Doug.Straus, Straus, at grcontrolsinc.com. And then my full name for my personal is douglas.e.straus@gmail.com.
Well, that's a mouthful. That's a big old long email. Doug, it's been fun, buddy. I knew it would be. Thanks for being on. Have a good one.
You.
Go
Take
clean
care.
up that snow, man. We'll see you.